All right, what's up, guys? It's KOSDFF here, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I tweeted out like 9 a.m. this morning asking you guys to send me questions, and so many of you did. Thank you guys so much for spamming my Twitter with the hashtag KOSQA. You guys can always send me questions for those, and I always look up the hashtag just in case you wanted to make it into the next Q&A and didn't know when I was going to be doing them because I haven't announced it because I don't own a time machine. And let's get right into it. The very first question comes from JerkyXP. My dudes over there are hawks on Twitter, and they were actually the first people to respond. They asked, what's my favorite flavor of JerkyXP? Of course. And I have to go with all their bacon jerkies, both their cinnamon bacon and their maple brown sugar. And I mean, they're selling bacon. I'm not even sure if that's fair. Like, are other jerky companies making those? Do they know they can make bacon jerky and basically sell fucking bacon to people? Rice Crispy asks, when is the next TK Directors Recruitment Challenge? Unfortunately, Team Kaliber no longer holds open recruitment challenges anymore. We're more of an invite-only organization and clan. But the good news is there's no real standards to join, and we're constantly looking out for new YouTubers and streamers, as well as new esports athletes, and not only in Call of Duty. I've gotten a lot of questions during this Q&A of asking whether TK was going to expand into another esport, and the answer is yes. I just can't really tell you guys what game and when. Sorry. It's Revexes asks, who inspired you to start doing YouTube? To be honest, I started YouTube doing Call of Duty edits. So like my earliest influences were Call of Duty editors like Agony or Baker Tutorials. I probably spent the first 6 months doing YouTube making kind of like Call of Duty videos and watching their tutorials on how to edit and making these montages for my nerdy group of friends that would just go around and play pubs. They're probably my earliest YouTube influences. I don't think they know that. I don't think I've ever told them that. Alright, Clockwork asks, what's my favorite video game of all time? Have to go with Kingdom Hearts. Brandon asks, what do you do when you're not recording? Usually the answer to that question is editing, because I spend a great deal of time every single day editing videos for my vlogging channel and my main channel. So I pretty much spend most of the day recording stuff and then spend most of the night editing. But when I'm not doing either one of those things, I really like movies and like TV shows made by HBO and Showtime and like I guess the traditional movie showing broadcast companies. I get really sucked into things like Game of Thrones and Netflix shows. If I find a good one, like I can lose days. Respect asked me to love him and then said I should go buy Gon some hamster food since he looks like a hamster. Yeah, he kind of does. Dylan PTK asked, what is your fondest memory ever since TK was founded? Which honestly, that probably happened pretty recently. I would say moving into the TKGFUELHOUSE is probably my most fondest memory as an organization. I know we had the TK house before this, but that was something that we were kind of paying for ourselves through our sponsors. But to have an actual house that's being completely provided by a sponsor for us to all be able to live together and make all these videos and kind of finally be at a point creatively where we're really kind of jiving as like friends, and it's really made making videos and living together a whole lot of fun. Now we just got to tackle the competitiveness side. Snary asks, what is one thing you dislike about everyone in the TK house? I'll probably have to go with your example. Everyone's really messy. Like no one really picks up after themselves. I usually have to do it. You know, if I'm gonna cook anything in the kitchen, I've usually got to spend like a half an hour cleaning up the kitchen because everyone just kind of leaves their shit absolutely everywhere. We're getting made soon, so that won't be a problem for very much longer, but like it's probably the most annoying thing. Luckily, I don't have to share a bathroom with any of those fools. Yo, my boy Hilton, the owner of the esports organization Threes Up, asked, what was your favorite part of Atlanta while you were there? To be honest, I really liked Atlanta because we had a lot of friends in Atlanta, like Hilton being one of them. Obviously, he lived there. He came by the house once. We had, I had all the homies from SCUF Gaming were there. All the homies from Control Freak were there. Black Ice was there as well. If you guys don't know who that is, he's a photographer for Call of Duty. So we just had a lot of friends that were in that area, so we could go out and like party and stuff like that. And before that, Benson and all the guys from Curse were down there too. So Atlanta was actually like really cool just because there was so many people from our community that also lived there. Oh, and Colchan and Facento came over like once right before we left, but they're frauds. Bobo Panda asks, what are your plans for the future of the TK house and life in general? Well, as I think you guys are seeing a lot of the plans that we've had, you know, before we moved here kind of being put in place. We really wanted to get into making a lot more IRL content. I always knew that we had a whole lot of fun outside of the gaming videos we made, and it's really been a lot of fun capturing it all for my vlogging channel. Of course, we're going to be having some more people move in, so we're going to have Who's Chaos coming in soon, and we still have a bedroom that's open after that. We might have Goonjar come for a while. So the future of the house is really just to kind of pack it full of a whole bunch of TK homies and to make a bunch of really cool content, whether it's videos or streams or tournaments and CWL and all that kind of stuff. We really want to make this kind of like a production hub for Team Kaliber, and it's working out so far, so we're really excited about it. Jeremy asks, after losing league matches, how is the house? quiet. Metalhead asks, what kind of music do you listen to? Mostly I listen to music that pounds on my stereo system in my car. So it's mostly hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. But really I have a large fondness for EDM music, as you guys can see from my vlogging channel. I really love electronic music. I think it's like the coolest, most original thing to really come out of my generation, being the generation that kind of ruined rock. All right, Charles the Dog asks, what's your favorite series to watch on Netflix? I feel like that's an impossible question because I have like so many different series I watch on that site. So I'm just gonna kind of name off some of the few that I really watch over and over and over again. The number one right now is Peaky Blinders. I've watched that like 3 or 4 times now. I really like the miniseries of the Hatfields versus the McCoys. The League is hilarious. I recently watched back through Skins again. I of course have watched through Trailer Park Boys like 90 times, as all of you should as well. Orange is the New Black. I really liked that political show with Kevin Spacey. Can't fucking remember the name of it right now. Soto Fukusawa asks, if you wanted to go one place you've never visited, where would it be? I'd have to say I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam, because that place sounds like fun for all the reasons you're thinking. And all the reasons you shouldn't be thinking. I feel like I could go there and be like a different person and have one hell of a crazy ride. But none of you guys should do that. Your answer should be college. Maddie asks, what's your most used emoji? That's definitely the crying, laughing one. 100%. That or the fire one. All right, Trevor Brilly asks, if you were a grape, you would be made into wine, dried raisins, or just ate plain? I don't know if I want to be squashed into wine or dried out in the sun, like burned alive. So I'd probably go with just ate plain. Now, this is assuming I'm a conscious grape and can feel pain and have feelings and emotions. Because if I didn't, I really don't think I'd have an opinion on what I became and would therefore just exist. So I'm assuming I'm a pain-feeling grape and therefore would rather just be ate plain, quick and simple. Cold Alliance asks, what's your favorite thing about being an owner of a pro Call of Duty team? I have to say it's kind of like practicing being a parent before actually being responsible for another human life. So like all the mistakes I'll make on these guys, I'll just, it'll be better for my future children if I have them. And then if I don't have them, I'll just always remember I had these 3 retards that followed me around the country. The 4th retard just met me there. He's Canadian. Kendall asks, is Chaos moving into the TKGFUEL Yes, he'll be here on the 7th. All right, Mackle Quinn asks, what happens if you fall in love with a girl while living at the TK house? Will you move out? To be honest, that's not really crossed my mind as someone who's recently single and kind of chilling, being single for a while, and I'm enjoying myself. I suppose if I were to like get that serious with a girl, yes, I'd probably move out. I would not put another girl through living within a team house. I did that once. I'll never do that again. Unless she wanted to, like I'm fully open to that, I guess. I mean, I don't care if she's down to live with the homies, and I am too, but like if it ever actually got to that serious of a level, I'd probably want to go get like a place to have with that person. And we'd probably still be close by, so I'd still come see these guys like all the time to make videos. But other than that, I don't really think I'm moving out anytime soon. As Sharp would say, you can't clip these wings. Emmy asks, what is the most odd thing that happened to you or the team at an event? I mean, I've gotten extremely sick once where I was like bedridden for 2 days and couldn't leave, and I was like under 1,000 blankets and was still freezing, shivering. That was fucking terrible. One time they lost my luggage at PAX East and I didn't get my bag until practically the day we were leaving. We've met someone that was really odd at an event. He kind of like followed us around and tried to fight him, but other than that. Matthew Davey asks, when do you think you'll do a Draw My Life? I was actually thinking of saving that video for my 1 million subscriber video, and I was going to do a really epic Draw My Life that really, really went into depth of all the shit I've done and been and seen. So look forward to that. Hopefully I'll get there. All right, Colt FMJ asks, what made you do YouTube as a full-time rather than a career with your degree? Honestly, because you only live once, you only get to chase what you really want to do once. And I was fortunate to have YouTube really provide me with a means to be able to do it full-time, a means that was a lot better than what I was making, working up the ranks with my degree, which I fully expect to fall back on one day. So, but really, I just, you only get to live once. Why not? Fuck it. Who's Chaos asks, will you ever make me chocolate chip pancakes? The answer is no. I make blueberry pancakes, and they are delicious. They are the shit. All right, Empire asks, what do you think you'll be doing 15 years from now? To be honest, I have no idea. Hopefully, I mean, I could end up a couple different things and be like really stoked about it. I've always thought being a serial entrepreneur would be really cool, like to get into game design and kind of venturing further into esports. Or I could just end up working actually in gaming, which I've always hoped to return to. I've always wanted to see what being a producer was like, maybe working for one of these companies that are broadcasting on the internet to kind of bring my video making and social media knowledge to like a production company. I would really love to work in movies. I think it'd be really cool to somehow work with my way in there, either writing screenplays or maybe even directing or something, just to get into that field because I love film. I mean, there's honestly a million things I could be doing. I could be doing just this too and be totally stoked. I'm pretty content in life, but I'm still hungry as fuck. Marcus asks, a girl starting to like and I like her, what should I do? It really depends on how much you like her. The line between the two options being whether you like her enough to be somebody else or whether you like her enough to just want to be yourself and not really have to change and just hope she likes you, which is always the better answer. But if you like her enough where you're like, you know, will change and you'll want to be what she wants, I guess the best idea is just to pay attention to what she likes and then try to be that. Then get ready to be miserable, but hey, you got her. Mike Johnson asked, what is your favorite character in Star Wars? I'll probably have to go with a really cheesy answer like freaking Han Solo or R2-D2. But like in the Star Wars universe, there's a whole bunch of characters out there that I was really interested in when I like read through the novels. A lot of the bounty hunters are really cool. I will keep your nerd levels at a minimum and not tell you about them. Dustin Getty asked, what's the weirdest compliment you've ever received? UMG Jeff called me cute once. Thought that was kind of fucked up. All right, Denton Sclair said, fuck, marry, kill, Gon, Vandahar, Oprah. I would probably marry Gon, fuck Vandahar, and kill Oprah. Super Granny X99, Super Granny X69 asks, what did you do to get where you are now? My answer is going to be pretty corny, run of the mill. I worked really hard. I was really patient. I didn't burn any bridges. I fostered like all the connections I can make, and I tried to learn about YouTube as it develops. And that's honestly what it takes to be a YouTuber like around my size nowadays. Unlike the biggest YouTubers that kind of do their own thing, the rest of us kind of have to change with the times and what people are watching and what people want to watch. And then just as our interests progress as well, we have to constantly make sure we're staying involved and enjoying making YouTube videos, which I can gladly say that I am. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Q&A. Thank you so much for sending me questions, and I'll see you tomorrow.